Let's say you've got your entire daily rhythm down. Maybe you even did the video that I shared about creating a block schedule, but you're wondering, when do I put the homeschool in? How do I know how to break it up? Do I do it all morning, all afternoon, every day? I have a video for you, and I'm going to share with you 3 pathways that you can decide how to arrange your homeschool, where to put it in your day. Click subscribe and follow along. If you're new here, my name is Mickey and I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 boys, and I love to help bring some calm to the chaotic world of homeschool. And today we're going to talk about 3 different ways that you can decide to put your homeschool in throughout your day. If you haven't, go back and listen to this video on creating a block schedule or a rhythm for your day, because homeschool curriculum and academics are honestly the last thing we fold in to our days. It is important, I'm not going to say it's not, and it's also a requirement, but the truth is you began homeschooling for something different than just a specific curriculum. You started for something much bigger than that. So go back to that video, watch it, download the block schedule downloadable that I sent you. Download the schedule that I gave you to fill it in for yourself. Let me know if you need any help with that. But today I'm going to give you 3 different ways that we can fold it in. The first one is the most traditional way. And this is where a lot of families start, and a lot find it's not the perfect kind of mix for their family and they need to change it up, but it's not bad. So the first way is that you just spend one whole big chunk doing homeschool. Some of the ways that this looks is you wake up, you have breakfast, and then you spend a few hours doing school. Or maybe you try out planning out like a whole long 6-hour day of academics. I think that that is a valid way to homeschool, and it works for some people. Some families and their kids love the structure and consistency of that. However, I find most homeschooling families burn out with it. First of all, you don't need to be doing that much school at home. And second of all, it is just unrealistic and unsustainable. So I have found for myself and for others, if you are planning out that much and trying to put that much in, it leaves no room for the play, for cooking as a family, for going outdoors, for being with friends and cultivating community and going outside of your home, which is a huge draw to homeschool. It doesn't leave room for flexibility. However, if that works for you, or maybe it's a season, great, do that. Some families also do it all in one chunk, but it's very short. They have a very relaxed, minimal style homeschool, and so they just do like one little 30-minute, hour-long, 90-minute chunk in the morning, and then they're done. That is great, and that is where I would actually recommend to start. Just do one small chunk with your kids, and don't try to do everything. Okay, number 2, this pathway is really helpful, I think, and this has been my favorite one in the past. And it's where you split the day into 2 chunks. Where you put the chunks is totally up to you. You could even put them back to back, but it is 2 separate blocks that are organized strategically. So one way to do this is to do a family time. Some people call it table time, some people call it morning basket time, some people call it circle time. It's just this time of kind of family subjects, or you have a basket with different resources and curriculum or books that you are going through as a family. And then the second block of that would be independent or individual subjects, where kids are rotating through various independent work or work that they need your help with, and it's not all together. So that's a really simple way to kind of conceptualize when do we put what where, right? For the last 3 years, I did that. I had family time, and we would do that in the morning, and I did that in the morning intentionally so that if we didn't get to anything else, we did what I felt was the most important and was a good substantial base of learning and connection. And then in the afternoon, I would put the independent times because I've had babies always, basically, and that allowed us time to really focus in on helping kids one-on-one who couldn't read through the instructions or just needed the support for things that weren't reading and writing focused, and I didn't have a baby or a toddler running in on us. However, that doesn't work for everyone, and one reason that might not work for you is because you have to help the baby sleep. And I'm currently in that season where my toddler still very much needs a nap, but he won't stay asleep unless I'm there. And so I am okay with needing to help him with contact naps. It just sometimes means that time is not going to be our independent learning time. And so I am going to be messing around with a third way. So one alternative to that is you just do the chunks when the baby's not napping and when you're not busy, right? I have also done like math at bedtime because I've had kids who we've always done kind of more story-based math, mental math more so in the early years. And so when I'm helping my kids go to sleep, that's their one-on-one time with me. And I have another adult who can help with the other kids, and everyone's kind of tiered falling asleep. And so that's another way that you can break it up and get creative. For us, it worked really well because their bodies were calm at that point, and they had, well, relatively calm. And they were able to listen and focus a little better than first thing in the morning when they are just wanting to run. Okay, the third way is very similar to the second, but I think it's a little different because it's not as cut and dry. So it's very common to have family subjects and independent subjects. But another way that I am going to be trying out mixing up when we're doing what is by not just separating it that much, is by doing some family stuff and some independent stuff. And then later, some family stuff and some independent things. The reason why I want to do this is because we are utilizing much more literature-heavy resources this year. And oh my goodness, can you see my puppy? She's jumping up trying to video me. We're doing a lot more reading, basically. And in the past, my kids were young enough that I didn't feel like I needed some of these extra subjects to go into the depth with them. But this year we're adding in more history and science and music even, with some more piano lessons. And so I'm gonna be mixing it up. And I have a video coming to talk about how to do that. But just know that that's another way. You don't have to do it full morning basket table time and then full independent time. But I think when you're first starting, that's a really nice way to break it up for yourself for planning. But as you grow and add in more things, you might need to get more mixed up with it. So let me know in the comments below if 1, 2, or 3 is going to be how you add in your homeschool time throughout your day. Remember, it is so important to plan out your day, but to leave some room to breathe. So if you haven't, go back and listen to my other planning videos and get ready because I'll be sharing about curriculum this week.